Renault has worn the hot hatch crown for years, bringing us the 5 GT Turbo in the mid-80s, the Clio Williams in the 90s, and the current Renault Sport Megane is one of CarBuyer's all-time favourites. This is the new Renault Sport Clio. Let's see how hot it is. But before that, one of its qualities is that it boasts lots of standard equipment, including a 7-inch touchscreen sat-nav system, Bluetooth connectivity and 17-inch alloy wheels. The Luxe model commands a small price premium but adds an uprated stereo and climate control. We have already reviewed the standard Clio and were impressed with the size of the boot, with the seats both up and down. What we are most interested in now though is whether or not this Clio RS is as much fun to drive as the outgoing model. The previous Renault Sport Clio was one of the most fun hot hatches money could buy. In fact, for some it was a little bit too extreme and uncomfortable. So Renault have addressed this with some fancy technology. The Luxe model that we're in today has 3 different driving modes to choose from: Normal, Sport and Race, all controlled with this button here. Normal is best suited for driving around town and does its best to iron out the lumps and bumps in the road. Race is best suited to the circuit and you have to hold the button in for a few seconds. Sadly, that's not where we are today, so we will go for Sport mode, which increases the excitement of the driving dynamics over normal. The car feels planted with plenty of grip, and the excellent motorsport-inspired suspension does a brilliant job of controlling the body's roll when driving fast. Grip levels are good and the steering is precise, even if there is not as much feedback as I was expecting from a firm with such a brilliant reputation in this sector. If that isn't enough, go for the Cup Pack, which sharpens the drive with better steering, stiffer suspension and even grippier tyres. Of course, there will be a trade-off for ride comfort. Actually, whilst we're on the subject of comfort, why not tell us how your car fares at driverpower.co.uk? Now, I may be looking like I'm having a lot of fun, and I am, but there is one quite major thing letting this car down, and the truly enthusiastic drivers out there will be heavily disappointed to hear that it is only available in automatic. And you might think that the F1 or Le Mans style paddle shifts have come to save the day. No such luck. They're quite slow to respond. And to make matters worse, the car is £2,000 more expensive than the more fun to drive Fiesta ST. However, if you want a fast hatchback that you can live with every day, then the Clio could well be the one for you. If you demand more fun, then check out Matt's video of the Fiesta ST here. And if you need something a little more comfortable for Britain's bumpy roads, then take a look at the Peugeot 208 GTI video here. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to the CarBuyer channel by clicking our logo here.